conversation today. Today we will be discussing teaching, a ticking time bomb.
The Huffington Post reports that 13% of teachers worldwide move schools or leave the profession every year, meaning that, on average, 50% of teachers leave within their first 5 years of teaching. How will the UK be affected?
A new survey by the ATL has revealed that 73% of trainee teachers have already considered leaving the profession. To talk about the topic today, we have invited two teachers down to the studio to fully discuss the matter and get their inside perspective. So, welcome. Firstly, why did you become a teacher?
I initially decided to join the teaching profession as I thoroughly enjoyed working with young people. I already had experience of working with children through the Scout movement and work experience at a local primary school, and as a result I had seen the difference I could make to their lives. Teaching also offered a secure job which could take you anywhere in the world.
Teaching can open so many doors. A degree in primary education can take you down so many different career paths. You could teach in a secondary school or become a child psychologist.
Have there been any specific incidents within your teaching experiences that have altered your view of the profession?
Specific incidents include teachers who do not respect their role in society. For example, it has been noted on more than one occasion by the press that at least one teacher has been drunk and disorderly while in a professional capacity. Teacher bashing is rife in the press. It has caused some disrespectful behaviour both from parents and children, causing challenging behaviour.
During my teacher training, teachers jokingly commented that I shouldn't go into the profession, but even so, why would they say that? Now I see why. I have found that there has been a lack of support in my role as a teacher. My NQT year is not a year in which to improve myself, it's a year in which to prove myself.
A number of my university friends have considered leaving at the end of their NQT year due to a lack of support from senior management such as head teachers and deputies.
It has also been noted that several of my colleagues have left the profession within the first 5 years. Building on what Jade said, ex-colleagues cited reasons including lack of support by senior management and teaching unions.
It's also been noted that Chief Ofsted Inspector Sir Michael Wilshaw has stated that the NQTs leave due to poor training from tutors whose experiences are out of date and a lack of support from their school. From September 2014, he introduced a plan whereby all NQTs are to meet with inspectors during their school inspections to see if they feel supported in their role. Do you feel this will work?
It can be beneficial if you need extra support, but it might just cause more pressure.
And as an experienced teacher, do you feel that Ofsted inspections should take a different approach? Is a 3-day warning not enough or possibly even too much time to prepare?
3 days is too much preparation time because it gives teachers enough time to put on a front which gives Ofsted a false impression. Ofsted should be able to see the school on a normal working day so as to make the correct judgment.
Do you feel that enough support is given in order for you to cope with your heavy workloads?
You've got to handle a lot of it yourself. You do get some PPA time to do some work, but sometimes classrooms that need TA support don't always get it.
Surely your workload is just as difficult as those in other professions, such as doctors and lawyers.
Teaching does take over your life. Every night I take home so much work and my weekends are consumed by planning and making resources to use in class.
On average, I spend approximately 40 to 45 hours per week working in my classroom. Only 25 of these hours are spent teaching. I often continue working well into the evenings when I get home.
Doctors are able to leave their work with the surgery at the end of the day. Teachers can't do this.
How do you feel about performance-related pay? If other professionals have the same challenges to their pay, why shouldn't you?
Performance-related pay hasn't improved standards in my school, and many of my colleagues have stated that it's off-putting because some of the children might have other issues going on in their lives, which may affect progress.
I believe performance-related pay is similar to selling a product such as a car. As Danielle said, if a number of children have special educational needs, why should this affect my pay?
How should the pay system work?
I believe that everyone should get the same basic rate as we all need to provide for our families.
What if you're working in a class that has been poorly managed before and more input is needed from you? Will this affect your view on pay when you've put that extra effort in?
I didn't go into teaching for the pay. Teaching is for the greater good.
Why strike so often?
As an NQT, I've not been on strike yet.
Although I don't agree with striking, some of my colleagues feel that it's the only way to make their voices heard. It's a last resort as it inconveniences parents who have to either take time off work or arrange childcare at short notice, which might be expensive.
What measures do you take before strike action?
We go through management and then a union to make action happen. If these are unsuccessful, then we consider a strike movement.
What are your thoughts on unqualified teachers?
It's unfair to give jobs to unqualified teachers when others have worked so hard to become qualified.
Shadow Education Secretary Tristram Hunt revealed that there has been a 16% increase of unqualified teachers being recruited by schools, meaning that around 430,000 school children are being taught by unqualified teachers.
Does a teaching qualification make you a better teacher?
A degree doesn't necessarily make you into a good teacher. For example, on the BBC programme Tough Young Teachers, which aired last year, top graduates from Oxbridge and other Russell Group universities may have gained a first degree in their chosen subject, but it didn't make them into a good teacher.
You can be the best person in the world at a subject, but teaching it to someone is a different ballgame. You need to go through a qualification process to help you. The process also helps you go into schools with a clearer idea of what is expected of a teacher in terms of how to properly manage behaviour, deal with parents and aid children in development.
Non-qualified teachers don't have this background knowledge and often go into the classroom with rose-tinted glasses. Also, if I were a parent, I wouldn't want an unqualified teacher teaching my child.
It's also been reported that 2/3 of teachers feel undervalued. How would you challenge possible parent prejudices and the reputation the press label teachers with?
While teachers should be a good role model, they should not be victimised. For example, we were told that visible tattoos and piercings can stop you from getting the job.
Is a person any less of a teacher simply because of their appearance?
I disagree with discriminating against potential colleagues on the basis of their appearance. It's illegal to discriminate against somebody on the basis of their skin colour, so why should it matter about what they look like?
80% of teachers claim that they have no time to take part in hobbies. Surely this must be a downside to teaching. What changes would you like to see in the education system to keep teachers in?
Smaller class sizes.
Less pressure on inspection visits.
No sudden education change.
More PPA time because planning takes over your life.
Less work in the evenings and weekends.
Less paperwork.
More support from teaching assistants. Due to the reduction in the school's budget, we don't have TAs in every classroom, meaning that I'm in charge of 30 children, some of whom are on level 6 and others who are still on P scales, and it's difficult to manage this gap.
So taking all of this into account, why have you not quit already?
I wouldn't know what to do with my life otherwise. Teaching has its ups and downs, but it also has its light bulb moments, such as when a child suddenly grasps a concept which they have previously found difficult.
Teaching is challenging, but it's amazing to see how much progress a child can make from September to July. And it's at that point when you realise how much of a difference you can really make.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. Thanks for the insight, ladies. It's been really interesting to hear about. And as a summary, we have the top 5 reasons why teachers leave.
1. Pay changes. 2. Workload and hours. 3. Stress levels from a lack of support and government organisations. 4. Press representation and respect issues. And 5. Constant changes in the system.
I hope you've enjoyed listening about our topic today. You can give your opinion by contacting us on social media. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.